Mob Psycho 100 Season 2 came out earlier this year, and I wanted to talk about it because it's probably one of my favorite anime that's come out in 2019. And what I really want to talk about is Reigen, because Reigen is a character that to me has become just a fan favorite. Like, he is certainly someone that I think a lot of people just love as a character. Like, he's probably most people's favorite character in the series, and this is certainly the case for me as well. Like, he is just someone that whenever he's on screen, I love what I'm gonna get. I know I'm gonna be getting something good out of him, even if it is, something mundane, in the series. Like, it doesn't really have to be anything spectacular. And that's also one thing that's really good with Reigen, is that he's not really someone that can be masked behind good fight sequences and whatever, because he's not really a fighter. Unlike Mob or some other characters in the series, which still could be good characters, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're all bad characters masked behind good sequences, but in the case of those characters, sometimes they can be. What I really like about Reigen, though, is that he is such a big supportive character, especially to Mob, because he is someone who's always supporting him. He's pushing him forward without even needing to be this big icon of an Esper, right? Like, he doesn't really know how to do any Esper stuff himself, as we've seen. Like, there was that one time in season 1 when he sort of absorbed Mob's power in a way and used it in some way, but other than that, we haven't really seen much Esper stuff from Reigen himself. And the fact that he isn't using any of this power himself, granted he is kind of a scumbag to a degree because he is a fraud, or at least was a fraud until he was kind of exposed, which was also a great moment in the series in regards to his character. But what I really just liked about his character going from season 1 to season 2, both seasons together, he's a character that always supports Mob no matter what. And in season 2 we even had this really good sort of wraparound moment, I guess you could call it, where Reigen is at this press conference after getting exposed and Mob kind of helps him out in a way, making it seem like Reigen has these powers in order to help Reigen save face a little bit, because he doesn't want Reigen to get completely fucked over, right? Because he's been a fraud and, scammed people out of money and stuff. Like, he doesn't really want to do that. Granted, he technically didn't scam them because Mob did have a lot of powers, but obviously the big thing is that he pretended to be an Esper himself, which wasn't necessarily the case. And that is why Mob had to help him out, because he knew that Reigen doesn't really have any powers on his own, so he had to do something in order to make sure that his mentor, the guy who actually put Mob on his path, was in a good spot, and that's something that really clicked for me. Like, the Mob and Reigen dynamic is amazing, and Reigen obviously being the biggest part of that, but at the same time we cannot just overlook what Mob is contributing to that either. Probably gonna end the video here, very short video today, but I just wanted to give my thoughts on Mob Psycho 100 Season 2 because it's just an anime that I really enjoyed this year. And I really have been wanting to talk about Reigen for a while, just haven't really had the opportunity until today. Anyway, drop a comment down below letting me know what you think about Mob Psycho 100 Season 2 or even Season 1, even the whole series altogether. I would love to see your opinions on the series. And as always, if you did, be sure to Detroit smash that like button if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This has been Chaotic Plus, and remember, Toga is waifu, Toga is laifu.